this is Dylan here from Adonde's Training. I'm just making a quick post here on my lunch break from Enterprise. As you see, I am growing the handlebar mustache out. We're not allowed to grow beards for Enterprise, and it is No Shave November, so I have a nice little mustache going. The purpose of this video, one of my good friends from high school and a former college rugby player, Tim, was wondering. I told him to implement some sprints within the 5-3-1 program that he's doing, and he just recently read my article about using sprints as a max effort lower body substitution, and he asked me, is it okay that I'm doing my sprints on my upper body day? Which is a great question. There isn't a particular day that you should do your sprints on, but depending on your goals, there are some guidelines they might want to follow. For instance, Bubba Tunde is a big guy. Tim, he's a big guy. He used to weigh over 300 some pounds. He's losing a lot of weight. He's doing them as a fat loss. That's the reason that he's doing sprint training, is fat loss. He doesn't care if his 40 gets faster. He's not training for a sport. So for him, I would say doing your sprints on upper body day is totally fine. He does them at the end of his workout, which means that, if he was training for a sport, I would say, you might want to rethink that. You might want to do your sprints at the beginning of your workout, so that way you do them when you're at your freshest, and you can produce the most max power output, and can basically teach your body to be faster. But since he's doing them for solely fat loss purposes, it doesn't really matter if he runs 2 seconds or 2/10 slower on a 40 than if he's running a normal. So it has no relation to sport. So he can really do it any time. He does them after his upper body workout. For fat loss, you could do it before your workout or after your workout. You wouldn't really have much of a difference if that's what your goal is. So really, you're fine doing it on an upper body day. One thing that I would suggest is that I would only do them on upper body day if your lower body day is first, because if you do your sprints on upper body day and then tomorrow's your lower body day, chances are those sprints are going to make your legs sore for your lower body workout. So if you do your sprints on upper body day, I would make sure that the upper body day is after your lower body day. So for instance, your lower body day would be Monday. Your upper body day would be Tuesday. Then you'd have a couple days break, either Thursday or Friday, hitting your lower body again, so you give yourself time to recovery so you can still do well in your workouts. Another thing I really personally like to do is sprint before a lower body day session, like before squatting or deadlifting. I'll do maybe some sort of a sprint or jump variation to kind of excite my nervous system before I go into max heavy training. Really gets your muscles and your just nervous system fired up to hit the weights hard. So now you could definitely do 2-3 sets of a 10-yard sprint before squatting and still doing sprints after your upper body day as more of a fat loss means. So it's really up to you, but it definitely does take into consideration whether or not you're training for a sport or if you're just training for fat loss. For a sport, I would say you have to care a little bit more about what order you do it in, but if you're just trying to lose weight, lose fat, it doesn't really matter if you do it before or after. The key is that you are sprinting. That's the main thing. We all kind of get caught up in what time should I do this, what time should I do that. Sometimes you just got to fucking do it and not worry about what time. So, as long as you're doing sprints, it's going to make you lose fat as opposed to not doing sprints. And you're not training for a combine, you're not training to make any team, you're just doing it to be a better looking person, right? So I hope that answers your question. I'm out. Peace.